It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Wednesday, the 9th of August. These are the charts of the day. A poor finish on Wall Street today, and the market's still vulnerable, but there's still a lot of stocks always running, as you know, at thetechtrader.com. I'm going to take a look at a few of them today, and let's take a look starting with ANIP, biotech stock, which popped today big time from 56.89 to 64, finished just a quarter off the high at 63.70. 777 was the gain, 13.9% was the percentage gain, and the stock popped and broke out into multi-year high territory. It looks like a 3-year high. There's some resistance at 69.75, 70 my next target. Following that, I would look for high 70s. APP with earnings after the close popped and broke out cleanly. Looks like this could extend over the next week or two into the low 40s. AWXL with a nice spike up, moved from a low of about 808 to 946 and finished 937, very close to the high for the day, going away up 134. A 16.7% gain on 3.1 million. More importantly, the declining tops line and lateral price resistance and 50-day moving average all taken out. I'm looking for a move now to the 10, 10 and a quarter range to test that area. And if we get through that, then near 12 will be my target. BOIL, BOIL, and UNG, two of the nat gas ETFs, are moving and breaking out. I think that nat gas is on the verge of a pretty strong surge, it looks like, finally, after all this basing. And you can see that my first target would have to be on BOIL at around 92. Secondary target up in the 110 zone. While we're on the subject, UNG also broke out of a base pattern today, as you can see with a pop from 748 to 811, finished 797, up 45 cents or 6%. But at the highest close in months and breaking the neckline of a rounding bottom or inverse head and shoulders, now your target's 890 and 10. BROS with an explosive move today, broke through a basing type pattern that took a few months to develop. It spiked from just under 28 to 35 plus. 7-point run, backed off to 33.21, still closed up 522, nearly 18.75%. Big volume too, 7.7 million for that stock. Long-term declining tops line taken out. I would now look for a run to about 36 and then 41. FLNC popped off the moving average and trend line, it appears. Right there. Now I'm looking for a test of 31.75 and 35.6. IDAI, after a big pop about a week ago, came down and a falling wedge, tested and broke back out today with a spike from 155 to 285 and finished 244 up 86 cents. A 54% gain. Volume of 14 million shares. We got to get up through the 310 range. We do that, 4.5 your next target. IDEAYA, right after a 5-wave up move and then a 2-month downtrend, broke and exploded out of it. With a pop from 21.76 to 25.85. The finish was 24.81, up 317 or 14.5%. But you can see it got up to the June high, and we get through this. Probably going to look at the multi-year high at about 28. That's my next target. MRTX with an explosive spike up breakaway gap and a move of 9 points, up 32.5%. Volume spiked at 7.8 million. Now the object is going to be, can this get up into the 42 zone, my next resistance target? OLMA, OLMA Pharmaceuticals, coming out of a base and retesting here, and then spiking and flagging today broke out. For me, looks like this stock is headed for 14. My next target, PSTX, pop, pulled back, and today spiked again. This is 2 out of 3 days now. But today's spike closed at the upper end of the range. Again, 68 cents or 34% on almost 5 million. I'm looking for a follow through to near 3 and 3.5. After hours, Sono reported earnings and spiked from 15.21 to 18.47. Last was 16.80, up 93 cents or 5.8%. It didn't hold the gains, but keep an eye on it because it got into the gap where there's a lot of resistance. And if we get through here, you might see something around 20 and 22. Taboola TBLA finally broke out of this rising channel. It looks to me like a rising pattern after holding some trend line and moving averages for months now. I am now looking for a test, or a retest, I should say, the February high to reach 445. Beyond that, my next target is 5 3/4. Thread up had been in beautiful rising channel since the bottom last November and flagged recently. You can see the pattern that's developed as a little flag that exploded from 322 to 409. The close of 405, just a few pennies off the high up 83 cents, was a 25.7% gain. Mine was 3.3 million, not huge, but the best we've seen in months now. I'm now looking for an extension. It takes this in at 4 3/4, 5. And finally, Tngx, ballistic day today, doubling from 472 to 939, backed off to 773. We're still up 390, 102% on 75 million. You don't usually see that kind of volume. There is a little bit of overhead resistance at 10, but this could very well be 11 or 12 before not too long. And that's a look at some of the hot stocks at thetechtrader.com. Good night.